Hi, hello, hello. We are now reading chapter 128 of Attack on Titan. In the last one, their little caravan of enemies turned friends had arrived at the port to find that it had been taken over by the Jaegerist faction, who want nothing more than for Eren to continue on his world-stomping way. So now we're going to have another human-on-human battle of some sort. Somehow, the small group of like 12 is going to have to take on a faction of hundreds. Their plan ultimately is to get access to the flying vessels, the airplanes of the pseudo-Japanese country, name forgotten. And then they're gonna fly around trying to figure out where Eren went. Makes sense. A lot of holes in this plan, a lot of major stumbling blocks, but I feel like they're gonna do it. There's no way this story is going to end with them just losing to the Jaeger faction, so with that kind of meta-analysis in mind, very simple meta-analysis, that would be a lame ending. We're gonna see how they manage to pull this off. Nice, kind of straightforward battle, you know? They want something, the Jaegerists don't want them to have that. Very fan servicey cover. I'm here for it. Flash has made it all this way this quickly. Sharp. Done for it if the Jaegerists destroy that flying boat. One story in 2 parts, part 2. What? What does that mean? What? What was the first part? I feel like the first part of them like coming here was like, oh, maybe we'll see how the Jaegerists took over the port. We're gonna have like a simultaneous flashback while the heroes were uniting and coming together. The Jaegerists were taking over the port. I don't know. I don't get it. Not a solid reason to believe there are people like us out there looking to stop Eren. Easy to destroy the flying boat, but it'll take decades to recreate technology that will be lost if the world is destroyed. Right. They do really want that flying boat. Actually deceive the Azumabito with many chips and technology under control. If he realizes that we're here, he'll destroy that flying boat immediately. Okay. So it's going to be an infiltration type mission, which makes a lot of sense too, since they definitely are at the disadvantage military-wise. The only thing they kind of have in their arsenal is the Colossal Titan, who would probably just destroy the flying boat stumbling around. Stopping from doing that would be difficult, even with the power of the 9 Titans. They do have a lot of other Titans on their side. I think at some point last chapter I was like, they don't even have any Titans. They just have the Colossal Titan. But no, of course they have Reiner and Annie too. And the Card Titan, who's like chilling on top of her Card Titan corpse. Okay. Fail here, we'll never be able to get to the Founding Titan. We have to plan. What does she see? We have to kill them all at once and then secure the flying boat. Jeez. That's grim. They're really just... But I suppose this is a group of probably around 100 people, the Jaegerists, that have taken over the port. And what they're seeing here on the horizon, I'm pretty sure, is the destruction caused by the rumbling, by the wall titans plowing through countries and cities and flattening the earth, which is killing a whole lot more than 100 people every minute. We'll have to use Titan power in all your weapons as well. Alright. Wait a minute. You attack the entire port indiscriminately and might hurt the Azumabito as well. Lots of yours attacked our homeland. They're practically our enemies. Pieck calls Annie Annie-chan. Sasuga Pieck. Problematic for us as well if they die. Operating the flying boat, I can probably fly it somehow. If we don't have a mechanic, we won't be able to get it airborne. Okay, that makes sense. Wings are folded away to make it easier to tow across water. So they definitely need, it's not just an infiltration mission. They can't just fly the plane out of there. They need to actually get the Azumabito involved, get everyone kind of coordinated, get it rebuilt. Let's see. Azumabito. That means buy ourselves enough time to prepare the airship while protecting the Azumabito at the same time. In addition, you lot don't want to cause any casualties amongst the Jaggerists, despite the fact they might get in our way. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, and as I said, they know a lot of those people. They know Flosh. They know probably a lot of others that are sympathetic to the Jaeger cause. What should we do? How are we going to protect the Azumabito, earn enough time to prepare the flying boat, and all the while not kill any enemies that will certainly charge right at us? It's a good question. It's a very, very good question. But I assume that they're going to do it. There's no way that they're teasing this plane, teasing this fly out to have a confrontation with Eren, ending without it actually going all that way. So what will they do, given that we know they must do something? Will it be convincing Flosh of the evils of genocide and causing the Jaegerists to lay down their arms? I somehow doubt it. I feel like there has to be like a line at which negotiation fails, because this is, in the end, an action series, and they need action scenes. Tell me, Armin. Just like the time you went after me, we need that kind of plan. We're here to save people. Saying in order to do that, we should first kill people on the island. Why does it have to be like that? What's Armin's plan? The time you went after me, we need that kind of plan. I don't even have to help us in the first place. First, you make such a decision, it's not right. You wouldn't have chosen to destroy the wall. You're different from us. Oh, jeez. The sadness within Annie. I don't know, there's just this deep well of sadness that emerges sometimes within Annie. She seems much more willing to kind of paint herself in a negative light. She's accepted that she's not the hero of this story. Like, she just outright admits, I want to do this so my father doesn't die. Like, that's what it comes down to for me. I don't really care about other people who get sacrificed. I don't care if we kill Eren. She'd prefer not to, but in the end, that's a sacrifice she's willing to make as well. But Reiner remembers Eren shaking his hand. Way, way back in those beautiful, haunting, overwhelming chapters where we learned Reiner's past. We had the long conversation between him and Eren. And Eren said, "You and I are the same." That's what he meant. Basically that both of them are willing to sacrifice others. Both of them are willing to put a cost on a death, on the life of someone else. And, What's a safe distance with Gabi and Falco? Forced into a decision you don't want to make. Don't intervene. Step aside and watch you kill each other. I don't know what might happen. So Hagne wants in. She doesn't care anymore. Humanity has no time left to kill a few Jaegerists. I think this is the perspective that the Marlians who are more willing to sacrifice should be harping on, is like, we need to do this to prevent loss of life. Like, more people than we can possibly kill in our lifetimes are going to die by the end of today if we don't get something done. Like, every second we waste is seconds where a gigantic wall of titans is flattening the earth. By the way, remember I was talking a while ago about how like quickly they kind of iconified the hugeness of the wall titans, how the visual language around that was like so powerful, how they did a really good job of it. I find it's like even more powerful in absence. That we haven't seen them in a while. We just know they're out there rampaging. We know they're out there doing this unimaginable damage. And that eventually will like be like flying up over top of them or something crazy like that. It's just really smart. Like normally you would think the way to go about it is you build up the the reputation of this threat. You're talking about the Titans in the walls. You're talking about the world flattening weapon. Boom! It's finally out there. You see it, and then you have the showdown. You like deal with it, continuing from the moment that you see it. But they like double dipped. The mangaka had the gall to actually try to double dip on this and have them disappear for a while, walk off camera, such that you build that fear again. You almost forget how huge they really were. I don't know. I don't know why I just thought of this now. I guess I was just thinking about this line of reasoning that they're out there squishing more people than we could kill. But it, I don't know. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how well they've made that threat feel real. Feel both real and unreal. Saw Titans advancing forward, producing a lot of steam in the process. Judging from their speed, Titans have already made their way to Marley. The closest Marleyan cities in the northeast are probably being destroyed as we speak. Right. Didn't think they'd be able to cross the ocean so quickly. They'll reach the other continents in no time at all. This means many people have already been killed. The general heading over to Elena. I'm not sure why. Whoa! Jesus. Alright. I won't kill. That's a relief. Change my mind. I don't want to die until I see how this plays out. If you take me with you, I might tell you where Eren is going. Does she even know, though? Why would Eren tell her? What strategic benefit would he have to telling anyone where he's actually going to go? Unless he like needed help working out the ideal flattening route. But that seems, I don't know, it's just like, I feel like nobody knows. Like, why would anybody know? It's just up to him. Okay. But yeah, one thing at a time. There's no point. It's like, okay, fine, he's going to like Chile or whatever. We can't do anything. We gotta find the boat. We were wrong. Carelessly spoke of what constitutes as justice. Even when now I'm struggling to justify our actions. Marley's actions, my own actions, were despicable. You are now responsible. Even if you're the same people as those who committed those crimes, it's not right to blame you for them. Yes! That's what I was saying. He's finally kind of come around and understands. The Eldians are not devils. Even if they were 2,000 years in the past, clearly they are not in a position to terrorize us anymore. Responsibility to never forget this blood-stained history of fools and not pass it on to future generations. Again, breaking the cycle of violence. It's powerful every time such a theme is evoked for me. I think it's really quite a beautiful message that the series seems to have at its innermost heart, which is that vengeance is not the way. It's violence, washing back and forth between two peoples is not the way. That peace, reparations, forgiveness, apologizing, genuinely making good for the harm done before, and not just revenge against revenge. Eren Yeager wants to erase it all, but we can't let that happen. If we keep looking away from the foolish mistakes of the past, this hell will never end. So I ask you, please, just for now, look away from the foolish acts we're about to make. Ooh, I refuse. Oh man, I like that they're really not making this easy, you know? Normally at this part in the story, normally when there's like such clear conflicts, like action type conflicts set up, you kind of have the ideological conflicts resolve themselves, if not like immediately, then at least within like one back and forth or whatever. Like someone makes a rousing speech, someone else makes a rousing speech. second rousing speech, everyone's like, all right, you got me. But they're really like allowing the full gravity of this history to interfere. Like they're really making the characters stand up for themselves. I refuse. I can't stand aside and pretend I'm in the right without even dirtying my own hands. I mean, they're talking about this as if it's just trivial. But they're all these soldiers have anti-Titan weapons. They're prepared for exactly this. Never before has there been such a dramatic day that changed history as much as today. The land of Hizuru, that's of course the Japanese analogy, is of course no exception. All remains of civilization will disappear without a trace there as well. It will be reborn as a brand new land. All problems will disappear. And all will be fine as long as you continue your contribution to this island. You should be happy. After all, Hizuru's excellent engineers are here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This reminds me of, sorry, this is a huge rabbit hole that I'm about to open up for you if you don't know what I'm talking about, but the manga works of Takotsu Boya? Takotsu Boya, yeah. Specifically his works, his Girls and Panzer Dojins and his Kankole Dojins feature a lot of like military execution, and I think he's used this trick before, where you see people's reactions first. You see them like super distressed and suffering, and you don't really know why, and then you see the corpses, and you understand the fear that they have. You understand the immediate danger they're in of their lives just instantly ending. It's chilling. It's a really chilling way to present it. It's like, it makes, you know, it's like by putting the deaths in the past, in the very recent past, there's like a super inevitability to it, where you realize the tension you had before of, oh God, like maybe people will get killed. Maybe this will escalate to that extent. You were too late. You were too late to worry about that. It's already happened. People have already been killed. It's brutal. It's, God damn, this series is brutal. Why am I reading this? Why am I like reading happy series. If you don't want us to keep killing off your men, tell me what it is you have to say. So I guess this is their plan, yeah. They're going to keep the Azumabito around because they're such skilled engineers and because they understand the technology of flight and of mass transit and stuff, so that when it comes time for the Eldians to repopulate the world and to reestablish dominion over the entire Earth, that's going to be very helpful to have good planes and boats and stuff. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Do not understand what you think has changed to make you so happy. If you think Paradise Islands has reached tranquility with what has happened, then I'm afraid to say that in reality, your world has only become narrower. All you've done is repeat the cycle of mutual murder. Appreciate your kind advice. I agree that I've started to feel the same. The important thing is for one to come to terms with their place. Jeez. This is like, kind of like a, I don't know, like a bold step into nihilism from all of the other philosophies and ideologies and motivating worldviews and stuff. That I think what Flush is saying here is like, all right, you're right. I'm no better than anyone who's persecuted me. I'm just as despicable as the worst of the Marlians. But that's okay. I can live with that. I can come to terms with that. And how do you reason with someone like that? How do you convince them of anything? If they're at a point where it's just like, okay, then. Like, I think that's what he's trying to say here. Don't need engineers from Hizuru. We cut short our appetite for things like boats and airships that don't even fit our size. Serve to pluck away seeds of dissent. The important thing is to understand your place. Oh God. Understand me? Okay, someone shouts out for Floch. Floch? Floch? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Oh, what is this scheme? What in the world is this scheme? Armin and Connie, panicked, distraught, riding into town. So remember, Armin was the last one who was like, I'm not going to just sit by without even dirtying my hands. And there's two ways to parse that. One is like, I'm not going to let you kill everybody. I'm not going to like let there be dirt on anyone's hands. And the other one is like, I'm going to be involved then. Like, I am going to know my place, so to speak. I am going to come to terms with my position in this happening. And I am going to dirty my hands as well. And also, we've suggested before, like, Armin is the schemer of this group. He's the one that could be coming up with some sort of elaborate plan. But I'm thinking now, this probably isn't a plan to kill all of the Jaegerists. I think Armin, during that whole discussion, maybe has worked out the actual ideal plan. Secure the Azumabito, delay conflict long enough to get the flying boat online. Don't have to kill any of the Jaegerists. This is maybe step one in some sort of scheme. Whenever our heroes are off screen for a bit, and then we return to them doing something strange, I smell a scheme. Went after the cart titan. She's with the armor titan. They ran off swimming into the ocean. Yeah, this is such a scheme. Okay, so what is their plan? They lead some, but it's like the Jaegerists. I don't know. They lead some of the Jaegerists on a wild goose chase. So what? There's still a lot more Jaegerists. I don't know. If we don't hurry, they'll all get away. We need a flying boat now. Hurry up and tell the Azumabito to get it ready. Very straightforward. But sure. What are you talking about? Why didn't you go after the cart titan? You'd be running southwards, right? They killed Jean and Onya Kopon. This is, so far, a pretty good plan. Because they've, like, secured the flying boat physically. They just need the mechanics. Armin's getting him into this state of panic. And kind of questioning his, like, leadership abilities, Floch. And Floch right now, his entire source of power is the power itself, if that makes sense. Like, the fact that he has the gun in the room, the fact that he had people killed. His confidence and his decision-making is being fueled by that sense of control. So for Armin to be like, what in the world are you doing? You just let these titans, these Marleyan titans, kill people and escape. You dumbass. So he's going to be put into this mode where he's maybe just going to agree to anything to try to maintain a sense of control, to, like, you know, establish that he's in charge. He'll say, yeah, get the mechanics. Me, I'm telling you, get the mechanics. I don't know. These are some other Scouting Legion people that I don't really remember. Maybe they were minor characters before. Daz and Samuel. Those explosives. Those things out the flying boat right now. Going to use that to go after the survivors from Marley and escape at the sea. So it looks like the plan was to blow up the flying boat. They had seen this coming. Floch did prepare for this chance that they would try to seize it and use it to go after Eren. So he is quite a good commander, Floch. He accounts for these sorts of things. Suspect that the two of you are in cahoots with Marley. Use this flying boat to try to stop the rumble. Nailed it! The Jaegerists, they know what's up. Okay, but if their plan is really just stopped by someone accusing them of this and not trusting them, not really much of a plan. I feel like Armin still has schemes within schemes. Stop there, and this island is doomed. Right. All finally saved. You guys wouldn't try to put us in danger again, would you? Don't know what I would do if you guys betrayed us. You know, I really did think that even if it's an enemy land, you guys would still try to stop Eren from committing genocide. Oh, geez. I think I think he's about to blow up the flying boat. Because really, like, what do they have to lose if they blow up the flying boat? Sure, they let the cart titan and the armored titan get away. But really, who cares? Like, what can they do to stop Eren? Swimming across the ocean. Just two measly little titans. What could they possibly do? Whereas the flying boat, then they can... I still don't really get what they're planning on doing with the flying boat, to be honest, but clearly they have some sort of plan with it. And clearly the Jaegerists are also a little worried about that potential. Ooh, I already disconnected the detonator. Okay, the flying boat is spared at least. Connie and Armin still kind of freaked out, knowing that they're basically exposed so quickly. Everyone on the completed flying boat and get out of here. Succeed in all of this, no blood will be spilled unnecessarily. Chasing an enemy, they knew would be fleeing south. It would faster use the locomotive, which faster than having to ride horses. Why would they need to sneak around? Oh my gosh, the ambassador lady? Yo! She's making a play. They hear shots. Shun shun. Failed. Ooh. Wow, wow, wow. Jeez, I didn't think she had it in her. Miss Kiyomi. Okay, okay. Ooh. Dang. The racial comrades coming through. Mikasa. That somehow, you know, her lineage traces back to the Azumabito. Flying in, saving her. Oh my gosh. Something about this panel of her just jamming the gun into his face. Lordy, lordy. I don't know why that's so brutal when we've had outright death, but something about the way the face just warps around the gun. Yeesh. Yeesh. Oh, it's a struggle, a panic flush. Uses 3D maneuver gear. Flies out the window. Alerts everyone. The enemy is here. Mikasa, Armin, Connie. They betrayed Eldia. Kill them. Okay. They did disconnect the detonator for the flying boat, though. So it's not going to just insta-die, which is, of course, what they would do instantly under normal circumstances and scupper the whole plan. But they're super outnumbered. Toss through the window with thunder spears. Run downstairs to the basement. Okay, they got to keep these engineers alive, too. It's a very, very precarious situation. It's too late now. Now we have to kill all the Jaegerists. With more coming downstairs. Oh, and the killing has begun. Yeah. The others. Jean not holding a gun. Unclear if Jean shot them as well. Or maybe, wait, maybe he's holding it? I'm not sure. Okay. The violence has begun. Ooh. He's reattaching the detonator. Makes sense. I mean, I'm surprised they just didn't shoot Armin and Connie. Seems like they might have had an opportunity. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whoa. So now Armin, to save his life, has to Titanize. If he's not just insta-dead, like... I don't know if he's going to have a chance. He just got shot right through the neck. And even if he does Titanize here, like, that's disastrous. Like, that would probably destroy the flying boat. Connie would be in big trouble too. Jeez. Killed by this side character, whose name is unfamiliar to me. Just this seemingly inconsequential moment. It feels really real. There's like a real heaviness to it. It's like when Omar got shot in The Wire. Sorry, that's a bit of a spoiler for The Wire, but you know, almost everybody gets shot in The Wire eventually. Yeah, just like the best laid plans and all the colossal titan you could want, but oh, Armin's still living. Dying fast, but still alive. And Daz, like, kind of freaked out too. I don't think he thought it would come to that so quickly. Betrayed us, didn't you, Connie? No, you said back then that we'd take back the land and eat all the meat we want. Way, way back in Cadets. Way, way before they were even the Scouting Legion. They were talking big game like that. Basement is a dead end. I'll buy some time, but it'll still kill us. Okay, they're secure in the basements. Now the Titans can strike. Annie and Reiner and Pieck. Don't tell me. Yeah. Sorry, Flosh. You getting tightened. Ooh. They still haven't blown up the flying boat. Didn't work. Why did it have to turn out like this? Oh, Pieck is still hanging out there. You just can't take violence away from humans. Alright. Annie and Reiner. Yeah, I don't know. There's like such a feeling of fragility to this fight. That they need the engineers to stay alive, who are just kind of sitting ducks. They need the flying boat to stay functional. It's just bobbing out there in the water. There's so many things that violence could just instantly, inadvertently, unthinkingly destroy that would completely ruin the plans. Everything was like balanced on this fuse, hoping it wouldn't be lit. And now that we've returned to kind of the normality of violence, the action sequences that define this series and make up many of its climactic moments, it feels sad that that very, very narrow path towards a peaceful resolution, that we fell off of it so quickly and so far. Man, Armin's plan, only one layer? What? I thought you were like a 5-layer plan guy. You just got called out once and then it was GG. Man, Armin. You're looking really dead right now. Oh my gosh. And over here, Daz doesn't even know whether he should help Samuel or just blow up the boat or do nothing or just sit there freaking out. It all became very real for these guys very quickly. Before that, I don't think they were that involved with anything that was happening, right? They were always kind of just observing on the sidelines. This was history to them, of course. This was the most major event of their lives, but now that they're actually involved, now that they're seeing the struggle unfold, now that they're actually shooting and killing, are they ready for this? Oh, Armin's still coming at him. Is Daz gonna shoot him? Is he gonna Titanify? Thought we were friends. Our friends. Oh my god, this paneling is so intense. Holy crap. Been thinking about paneling a lot lately, and this is like, I think, a master class in building up a sense of urgency and tension through rapid paneling at an angle, the dialogue exploding out of the panels, these random like memory shots at odds, at like irresolvable with like the action that's breaking down. Extreme close-ups interlaced with like slightly wider angles. It just, the sensation it creates across the entire page. It's overwhelming. Oh, Connie shoots Daz. And then shoots Samuel as well. So the flying boat is secure. Armin looks not entirely dead anymore. I guess he'll live. The dream they saw together has turned into a nightmare. All right, another brutal chapter. Suppose we will look forward to more in, I guess, a couple weeks. So please join me then. Whew. Goodbye.